happy to be with Financial Enhancement Group, Joe and his crew today. We're thankful too for the Chamber ambassadors who are here today with us. Thank you for coming out. And we're going to have a great party, aren't we, Joe?
Yes, we are.
All right, very good. Mayor?
Thank you very much, Dirk. I'm Tom Broderick. I'm mayor of the city, and I'm very pleased today to be here at this exciting event. You know, when you hear the name Joe Clark, he is synonymous with top quality financial planning, not just in our community, but really across the country. And he's going to tell us a little bit about that here in a few minutes. But what's particularly exciting is that when it came time to select the permanent headquarters between now and the rest of time, right, Joe? He chose Anderson, Indiana. And we certainly appreciate that because, as we know, there's other locations folks can go with the technology today to make business work. And the fact that they chose to stay here and remain here and be part of our community means a great deal to all of us. And we certainly appreciate that. So on behalf of the City of Anderson, let me congratulate your group, this great business enterprise, and thank you again so much for being here. And what I want to do now is ask you, Joe, to introduce the folks you're with, tell us a little bit about the business, and particularly what folks at home might expect if they come to utilize your services.
Perfect. Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to start it off with Adam Harder. Adam is our chartered financial analyst, straight out of Middletown in Shenandoah. Been here since 2001 or 2000?
2001.
2001.
Yeah, so I've been here since 2001. Joined up with what these two to my left and my right started. Stuck around after an internship because I observed a culture of people who truly took care of people and really cared about them and looked at their complete financial picture and was something I wanted to be a part of. I've stuck around because that haven't changed. You see a full group of people behind me, and I'm excited because I think this building is going to allow us to expand and really synchronize and expand that approach across the Midwest and the country with a true approach, I think, that takes care of people from a sincere way.
I couldn't agree more with what you said, Adam. This is a little bit different for me. Joe and I got together in a beauty shop about 22, 23 years ago and,
True story.
and had an idea. I had an accounting firm here in town for a number of years, and he was already in this business. And we just decided that we made a pretty good team. We had a dream and had a vision. And it's a little overwhelming for me today to just sit here and I'm taking it all in myself to some degree, especially when I take a look behind me at all these people that make it all work. And thank all of you and everybody that came out to celebrate this with us. It's quite a privilege. Born here in Anderson and lived here all my life, and it's awesome for me to be able to serve out my career right here at home. Thanks.
That was Don Hodson. He had an enrolled agency practice here in town, and it was his sister who introduced us in a beauty shop, sure enough. So, you know, before I forget, the building behind you, and I said this on Anderson TV before, but the building behind you was done and really controlled by Fredericks Incorporated. Bill and his team did a phenomenal job, got it done on budget, on time, and everybody was betting against me, them, and everyone else. So I was very, very happy that it's done and happy with the building behind it. We look forward to being able to use it for not-for-profits. To be able to get their message across in that educational forum that's inside. So when we started the firm, I actually started 2 weeks before the crash in 1987. And a lot of people feel bad for me. It was perfect timing. We had no money, I had no clients, right? And we were able to build it. It takes that tax emphasis to be able to get the job done. I don't care who you are. That's the one thing that doesn't change every year. When you send a check to the IRS, it's not coming back. I have seen plenty of volatility in my life, but the reason we have Adam and Andrew behind us that run the portfolios, that again are nationally known people that choose to live in our community, having them internally is how we're able to control how money is done. So Mayor, the best answer I can give you for what we do is when we sit down with a family, we look at 5 critical elements. There are 5 areas that I kind of uncovered when I taught at Purdue for 7 years. We call it Your Life After Work. And just as a funny story for those of you who don't know, when we started the company, if you couldn't spell, it didn't go anywhere. And people can't spell financial and they can't spell enhancement. right? Your life after work may be long, but it's pretty simple, right? And that's really what we do is the distribution planning. So your life after work, the tax planning that's done every year, the investment playbook that Adam and Andrew handle, the life happens, the CPAs and myself are on standby with our planning team to be able to help them. And then, of course, the legacy planning as you go. So that's really what we do. 914 families as of this morning. Families in 31 states, right at $395 million of assets that we take care of. So very blessed.
That's great. And for the folks at home, when they come here, tell them where they're going to be coming.
So you just go to the flagship, as we always call it. I've been told it's now called Flagship West, but it's right off exit 222 in Anderson, the first Anderson exit as you come forward from Indianapolis. You get off, you hang a left, go 2 lights, hang another left, and you're not going to miss us. We're right here on the street corner, and I really want to thank the city, the economic community development center, for there was a lot of help that went into this. And, we always give people credit, but it takes an army and a group of people to be able to get this done. And without you guys, none of it would have been here. I think it's a reasonably well-established practice at this point, but remember, a lot of you started when it wasn't. And we can't thank you enough for that kind of support.
And I just want to point out, and the camera folks will check this out later, but the number of folks that are here behind us, obviously behind us, but in front of us, is remarkable. And it says so much about you and your group and this team of folks that you have here. And I particularly want to thank the Chamber again, Dirk and his team and Patty. These guys always do a great job in welcoming business to either expand or move in. And so thank you again for all of you. And thank all of you folks for coming out today to help Joe and his team celebrate this. This is a great event.
Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you.
Before we do, there's one other thing I wanted to talk about, and that's, Barb, you gave me a tour of the building before we got very far, and you mentioned that just about all the work here was done by local firms, and that's huge. And so we really appreciate you reaching out to local business to make this dream happen. 3, 2, 1.
Yay!